Hey everybody, welcome to the Goth and the Sloth. I am your Sloth, Matt.
And I am Luna the Goth.
This is the podcast of two friends living a country apart, dealing with what's going on in the world and our lives. And specifically, these first few of our podcasts are about the coronavirus and everything that's happening wherein.
Yep. It's crazy times.
It is insane times. So how have you been this week?
This week has been interesting. I would say that this week was like extremes. It was a week of extremes. There were really good moments and really bad moments. So I'm hoping that next week will be a more like middle ground level week.
Hopefully.
That's my optimistic. I believe it will be. How's that?
There you go. Find the correct tap water setting of your life.
The tap. Ew, lukewarm. Anyway, how are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just getting through everything, doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
How was your brunch?
Oh, that was fun and yeah, kind of interesting because yeah, we just kind of chat as a video chat with food.
That's awesome. Were there mimosas though?
My parents did. I didn't pick up wine. But my parents were actually drinking mimosas. They went full out for it.
Oh, that's so adorable. I love that. If you guys haven't seen already, I shared that photo on our Instagram, and I think you shared it on the Twitters on your account.
I did, yeah.
So there's evidence out there of this adorable family brunch if you want to see it.
So, yeah, let's start with the news. What's going on with you, new in your life, new in your state, new in the country? What's going on?
So this week's been like a legitimately kind of crazy week for news. Okay, that's ridiculous to say because every week has been crazy. I caught myself. Okay, no, it's just I mean, I guess every week is crazy and there's always something new and I think we got lulled. I don't know about you, but I feel like at least here we're like, steadily into this shelter in place situation and I think people are getting into like lulled into a false sense of security because the next 2 weeks are supposed to be the worst of the virus here. Um it's like after the incubation period, this is the time when the most people are going to need hospital care and stuff like that. And yet people seem to be more relaxed about everything. Like they want to go, you know, out and do the things and even though everything's closed. And so I don't know. I feel like it's been strange and then like the numbers just keep climbing. So just before we started recording, I looked it up because, procrastinator. And I saw that Virginia is now at a little over 4,000 cases, which is quite a bit. Not as many as some other states, but that's a lot of people. And we just hit 109 deaths. So, and that number is just going to keep climbing. And I'm hoping that we're not going to get into like 20 a day, 30 a day. In New York, I mean, it's been terrifying numbers per day. For the nation, it's over 1,000 people a day. Like
Yeah.
it is wild. Um, so yeah, that's where Virginia is at, and in general, we have this like weird. I feel like I get this sense of weird, maybe comfort or like false comfort or something. Like we're telling ourselves, no, no, this is fine, but it is very much not fine. Do you
Yeah.
feel like you have that?
Um, I've honestly kind of seen about the same. I haven't seen too much shift. The big difference, at least in Colorado, is our governor decided to tell everyone to wear masks all the
Mm-hmm.
time, and so it's
Yeah.
kind of been like you're watching out for people wearing masks and who's not wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
But the other weird part though is too, because I went to the grocery store and I'd say is about 85% wearing masks, so people following it and being good. But then there's a park, I don't know, 20 feet from the grocery store, and it was busy again. Like everyone's parked there. There's a family having like a picnic out in the open, just out in the grass. And so
Yeah, that's
it's a
tough.
shift. Like I know you don't really have to wear a mask out in the wide open area.
Mhm.
It's not quite as important then as if you're in a grocery store where the air's not moving and you're all breathing and you're all close quarters. Like that's more
Mhm.
important. But also, like don't like there's a lot of people that went to the park. Don't go to the park.
Yeah, I actually ran into that this weekend. My partner ended up coming down to Richmond, and so we were like, "Let's go for a hike." And then we went online to see like where people were going, if it's really busy, and every single place we searched, there's somebody, at least a few people on Twitter like, "It's packed, don't come." Like, here's a picture of all the cars, like, don't bother. And we were like, that means we have to stay inside. So we ended up just taking my dog for a super long walk around the neighborhood. But yeah, I think everyone is going stir crazy, so they're all going outside. But then it's like, it defeats the purpose if you're all like shoulder to shoulder on the trail.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a picture of a Chicago trail where there's like a bridge or something, and it was like packed with people, like packed in, so they're not even the 6 feet apart. And yeah, then
ugh,
you're defeating the purpose. Like I get like outdoors, it's generally open, but if everyone goes outdoors, it's
right.
yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah, you gotta find space in the big outdoors. You can't go like outside your door and stand next to someone else and be like, "I'm outdoors. His germs aren't getting on me." Like,
Yeah, this is
all
the
right.
time if you want to be outdoors to explore different off the path kind of places that people wouldn't
Mhm.
know about.
Yeah, and in Colorado, there's plains. Like, if you can't go to the mountains, go to the plains. There's ton of land out there. Go hang out with some cows or something. I don't know.
Just
Virginia, I haven't figured it out yet, but we're working on
Just
it.
don't trust the bison. They charge randomly. All right, they never trust
Mm,
them.
yeah. Oh, they're so cute though. At least maybe it'll feel like a big running hug. But yeah, so
No.
and then as far as like news, like there, so this sucked me in this week, and like I've watched like panel after panel and like video after video about different people talking about this, but it came out, I think, maybe yesterday or the day before, I don't know, all the days run together, that um the uh the deaths are disproportionately black and brown people.
I heard that.
And that is wild. So naturally, I was like, who's saying that? Like, is it really like, why? Is there a pre-existing condition situation? And it obviously it's really early, and there's no way to know why this is happening. But I think that it's pretty clear that the the quote unquote pre-existing condition is poverty. I mean, I think this is true for all races, but obviously black and brown people are disproportionately in poverty. Um, and so I think folks are just unfortunately not getting the care they need. Usually I would go on this whole long thing about like racism in healthcare, where we have, you know, actual medical professionals that believe in these crazy things like black people's skin is thicker than other people. They don't feel pain. Black people don't feel pain. Like, that was a recent study. That was like in 2015 or something like that. It's insane. So like, first I'm like, "Oh, these people are being mistreated or something." But no. I think this is just like the medical professionals are doing their goddamn best at this point. They're doing their best not to fall over. And we're in a situation where poverty is causing so much, like, has so many health impacts, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many like health risks involved with being worried all the time
Yeah.
about your food, about your children, about where you live, no food security, no house security. Like, that's going to take its toll on your body and your mental health, which means that you're not going to bounce back as easily if something like this happens. And so, for the people that may not have heard about this, I do have some numbers here. So, I'll read a few of them. So, for example, in Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. I don't know why it's a county. These other ones are cities. I don't know. Whatever. So, but in Milwaukee County, um, it looks like people of color are 26% of the overall population, but they are 73% of the deaths by due like by coronavirus.
Interesting.
Louisiana, 32% of the overall population, but 70% of the deaths. DC is a little flatter of a curve. It's 46% of the population and 58% of the deaths. Chicago, worse, 32% of the population and 67% of the deaths. So it goes on and on. It's clearly a trend that's happening. Obviously, again, we
Yeah.
don't know why. Um, but it's alarming, and it's made me think about it a lot. Bernie, so he had this live Facebook live panel with a bunch of professionals talking about, like, medical professionals and socioeconomics, professors and stuff like that. And it was fascinating to hear people, and kind of like it was like a wave of validation in a way, like, not like I'm validated that people are dying, obviously not, but I it was like this wave of, whoa, people are finally seeing that people that are struggling on the daily, like, it has a huge impact on their lifespan.
Yeah.
And that includes not recovering from this virus that perhaps other people who haven't stressed their bodies in that particular way are recovering. So anyway, that was the big news thing that I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to dive into this pile of data and headlines and talks and this stuff." I'm sure we're going to find out more as it goes. You know, the president did acknowledge it. I mean, it's big enough for him to say something. So
Yeah. But yeah, I
so
mean, you're
yeah.
definitely not wrong. I don't know if it's as much as stress as much as the access to medical health, at least at an affordable rate for someone that's low poverty, and you don't see a doctor until it's too late, kind of thing. Um, could
Yeah.
be either
Yeah.
way.
Sure. I think the reason I kind of shied away from that, or at least turned away from that initial thought, was um, right now, for coronavirus, healthcare is free because it's covered for anybody right now. So there's no reason people should not be getting treated for coronavirus. Other stuff, no. I mean, if it's diabetes and you need insulin, sorry, bro.
Yeah.
But if you need treatment for the coronavirus, as of right now, it is free to everyone.
Even if you
Um,
don't have insurance?
Even if you don't have insurance,
I
yeah.
did not know that. All right.
hmm Yeah, so, and that was a big relief to me because I know quite a few people that don't have insurance. So I was like, what is going to happen to my friends? And then I found that out and I was like, go see the doctor. but but yeah, so if people, assuming the people know that it is free, and you have to imagine that the people that they are recording as deaths by the coronavirus,
hmm
they are probably in medical care. We're
Yeah.
probably not capturing the people that are at home struggling and didn't go and pass away at home.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. All of it.
I
My
would like to.
mind is
I'd just
blown.
like to think in the world, though, there's not a whole lot of dead bodies hanging out in people's houses at the moment. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm just going to pretend that everyone that gets to a level of sickness sees somebody. But
That'd be nice.
you
I
know,
like believing that too.
but
Let's
yeah,
go
I
with that.
think it would be interesting to put those numbers against the poverty levels based on race lines as well, and see
hmm
if they correlate. Because I think that's definitely
Yeah, I hope that those numbers will come out because I do think that it is more poverty than race in this case. I don't think that brown people just attract the virus.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Like,
so either. If anything I've read or heard about it, it wouldn't affect anyone of any race any differently.
exactly, and we're not seeing that happen in any other countries. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, some fun facts about Colorado this week. Fun facts. The Denver Pop Culture Con got pushed back till November because they are currently converting the convention center into a health center, which is good. Although it's a bummer that they have to push back the con till November,
Did
but
you really think that they were gonna hold it in?
it's July. There's a chance
Oh,
in
is it
July
July?
still.
I thought it was in June. Sorry.
No, this year's July. So
Oh,
there
okay.
was still a hope. July,
Hmm.
there's still hope. There's hope for our
Yeah.
birthdays still, okay? So outside of that, the Brown Palace, which is a very famous hotel in downtown Denver, closed for the first time in 128 years.
Damn.
So that's where we're at insanity level.
How many little old ladies do you think are really upset about that?
Oh, so many.
So many. Where are they gonna have their tea time?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I hope
Zoom. We can have like a tea time.
tea time on
Palace
Zoom.
Zoom.
Cheers. Side note on that too is my nephew likes to cheers everybody. He holds up his glass and yells cheers, so we all did a virtual cheers.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it. That brunch just keeps getting better and better.
But back to the sad news. The
Mm.
official count as of just a few minutes ago, 226 deaths in Colorado, 6,202 cases,
Oof.
which actually, I don't want to do the math now, but it sounds like Virginia has a worse death to case
Cases.
rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, boo. And
Right?
1,221 hospitalized confirmed corona cases.
Wow. Oof.
So it's
It's
gotten
spreading.
heavy. Yeah. It's at a heavy point.
Yeah, I mean, they say, like I said, the next 2 weeks, I guess the next week and a half, I don't know when the 2 weeks starts, but it's supposed to be the worst that it gets as far as how many hospital beds are needed at the same time.
Hmm.
And I just feel like people are being a little bit more flippant, or at least that's how it feels, which scares me. Like that legitimately, it worries me because I don't know, like I just eventually I am gonna have to go to the store again,
Yeah.
and if people are just like flippity flooping around and coughing on things, I'm
Yeah.
it freaks me out. But yeah, anyway.
Well, hopefully to make you, maybe hopefully make you feel better a little bit. Some fun facts about the Eisenhower Tunnel, and this is
Mm.
about people going out. So if you don't know, the Eisenhower Tunnel is the only way to get to the mountains from Denver for the most part. Big old tunnel goes right through the mountains.
Real high up there.
Yeah. So March 31st of 2019, they counted 43,000 cars went through the tunnel that day.
Hmm.
In 1980, the same date, they had 11,000 cars. Okay. This
Okay.
year, March 31st, they had 9,400 cars go through the Eisenhower Tunnel. Less
Whoa.
than in the 1980s. Less than before Colorado was cool.
Holy crap.
So
Wow.
people
Colorado's doing
are
well, I
staying
guess.
home.
Yeah. Well, at least in your state.
Yeah. At least I'd
You
hope
can
to
kind
think
of
so.
count on the Colorado people to kind of listen, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends where you're at, too, because I definitely have friends on Facebook, more in the suburb areas, complaining that people are just straight ignoring the masks,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
weird because the same people are complaining about the people hoarding. So they're scared enough to hoard, but not scared enough to, put a bandana on your face. Like, they're not asking you to do a lot. Just
Right.
cover up a little bit, man. Like I wear a neck warmer that I wear during the winter, and it's 4 layers thick of cotton. That's good enough. That's all. You don't need a lot.
No, it's not that hard. And frankly, you can take like t-shirt material
Mm-hmm.
and just tie it around your head.
Yep.
Like tie it one over your ears and one under your chin, and that'll keep it flat on your face. Like it's not rocket science, people, but they do
So,
struggle with the easy things.
so it's a weird kind of dichotomy of yeah, like how people are kind of dealing with it and where they're at.
Yeah, yeah, definitely agree with that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I had an apartment emergency today, a maintenance one, so I had to have a maintenance guy come in, but they did supply our maintenance people with the proper N95 masks.
Oh, good.
So that's good, but I am going to have more people in tomorrow because it was a leaked pipe above me, so
Oh
yay,
no.
drywall gets to be rehung, and
Oh god. Just stand there with the Lysol can and like spray them down as they're working. Like, "Ooh, sorry, let me just get under there. Yeah. Can you just move your leg up a little and I'll just get under. Okay. Thank you."
so yeah, exactly what I was hoping not to really happen is have strangers come in my apartment, but I don't know. My apartment seems to be handling it as best as they can. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
you got it. You have to fix the emergencies. Like
yeah,
it's an
no,
emergency.
yeah,
So,
no, they are definitely maintenance workers at apartment buildings have to be, there like they're needed for sure. Because yeah,
mhm.
if I didn't report this, it would have been a way bigger deal. Luckily, they actually found the leak quickly. Because last time this happened at another apartment, it took like almost 3 weeks to find where the leak even was.
Oh god. Okay.
So this
Well, at
time,
least that's good.
so yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna have strangers in the house, and that's always just yeah. It just makes you extra aware of like where are they going? Is he still wearing the
Mhm.
mask when he goes into the bathroom, or are they taking it off once they start working? I don't know because I don't
How
want
many
to
door
stand
handles
over him.
did they touch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oof. Well, good luck with that.
yeah. So not a clear transition into our actual topic of today, but let's just jump right into it. Technology and how it's helping, how it's maybe hurting, what new technologies out there, what's going on in the tech world and corona.
Yeah, I feel like such big changes, right? Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it would be interesting to talk to people in the field about what they're seeing, but I think that like I, well, obviously all of the video conferencing apps are like booming right now. Anything that helps with online collaboration, for example, project management tools are being pushed right now, which is good because that's kind of a sector that I work where I work and like all of my, I work with clients through these tools and they're also being slammed. Like today, Asana was down for like 20 minutes and everyone was losing their freaking mind.
Jeez.
But I think it's just as far as like technology and apps, I think it's I feel bad for all these people that are trying to pivot so quickly to either capture sales or fix their platform like Zoom
Oh yeah.
or anything else. But yeah, I think the big standout for me is I think Zoom
Mm-hmm.
because that made the national news and has impacted a lot like people that I know personally because a lot of the universities decided to go with Zoom as their video conferencing tool, but it turns out the Zoom is easily hacked. And so there would be professors teaching class or whatever. I think it's happened in like primary and secondary school as well. And a anti-Semitic dude or few people come in and start drawing swastikas all over the screen, like live on the class. Like if
Oh
it,
wow.
I know they did it for one of the reports I read. There were many. Was it was for it was like at a Jewish school or something like that, and so they came in and like put a bunch of like Hail Hitler memes and you know awful language and awful imagery before, and then like obviously the teacher is like shocked. The
Absolutely,
students
yeah.
are shocked. Everyone's traumatized, and there's not anything anyone can really do about it other than end class. So it's kind of the worst possible scenario. Same thing with black professors throughout the country. I know it happened in quite a few places, and I have a friend that's an adjunct faculty who is a person of color, and people, they get on however they get on, and they're throwing the n word, like they'll like draw it live across the
Shit.
screen, and like throw other images up there. Like it's crazy. Like if you look it up, I mean, if you want, I guess. It's not fun. But it there were a lot of incidents, and so people got really upset, and yeah, for a good reason, and went to Zoom and was like, "Hey, can you
So this is
please
a
fix
thing.
this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to like overhaul their security overnight, kind of. So
That honestly like really floors me. Like what is wrong with people? Like we're in a crisis. People are trying to do their best, and you got to be an asshole to people just trying to teach a class. Like it's ridiculous.
yeah, and it really bothered me when I saw that it was happening to like high school and middle school, where like all these kids are trying to be schooled from home,
Hmm.
and someone gets on that class and like starts doing all this stuff. Like I don't know, I just think about how fragile I'm fragile as an adult. And looking back, I was a pretty fragile kid too. I can't imagine being a teenager in a pandemic right now. Like I'd be losing my mind.
Why do people got to be dicks?
Right? That
Like
would solve all of our problems, I think.
yeah, like don't make things worse. It's already pretty bad. Like just you stop being a troll for 3 months in your entire life.
Right.
You can go back to being a racist when this is over, all right? Just take a break from being a racist.
Exactly. This is
Like
your racist vacation. Well,
see
that
see
doesn't sound
how
well.
see how awesome it is not being a racist for like 3-4 months, and then maybe fall back and see if you want to do it again. You probably won't, but take a break.
Yeah. See where it takes you.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, conference, yeah, those have all been blowing up. We had to pivot personally to WebEx at our company because we're a law firm, so we hold a whole lot of meetings. We have depositions, we have just meeting with other law firms that team up with us, or meeting with defense attorneys. Whole bunch of meetings. It's meetings, meetings, meetings. And so, and they need to be like in person, because being a lawyer is a lot like playing poker a lot of times, and you're reading their face, and so they want to do video meetings. And
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
we had to pivot to that really quickly. Um, and so far it's done good, but yeah, it's a whole shift about how you do things. And a funner note, though, on that is we had my office does a Thirsty Thursday, the first Thursday of every month. And we decided we're still going to do that, but we did it all in a Zoom meeting.
Aww.
So we all had our drinks, and we all had our cameras on, and we had some fun games going on. So tried to keep things normal as much as we can.
That's so cute. I love that idea too. Aw, a little workplace humor. Adorable.
And then we have our team meeting. Our team's already remote, so we're pretty used to being on camera and doing it that way. But it's a little different because we'd at least force everyone that's in the same buildings to at least get in a room together and share. And now everyone's completely separated. So that was, a thing. But I actually played a song on my guitar in one of the meetings just because we had some extra time.
Oh,
So
that's cool. It's almost like you're building, like, kind of what we were talking about last week with relationships. Like, you're handling your co-working relationships a little bit differently.
yeah.
it's like opening it up in a different way, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're really seeing people for how they really more are, because we don't have to put on the veneer of being in the office and, keep your hair this way and do that. Like, even our Thirsty Thursday was a lot more open because everyone's just in their house, with their wine, and, can be a little bit more open and free. And so that's kind of, it's pretty fun. So it's good to see that in a lot of
That's
ways.
cool.
And I think a lot of the tech is opening up towards that too, because I'm seeing a shift, not a huge shift, but a shift in like Facebook and stuff, where people are using it what it was more intended to be originally, and actually communicating with people once again, and trying to reach out and have, at least fun conversations and things, and stop posting as much political stuff. And
Ugh.
I think it's because we have to rely on these tools now, because you can't just go over to someone's house or whatever, and it for me at least, you start going, oh, I'm talking to this person on Facebook more, maybe I should reach out to this person who I haven't talked to and see how they're doing. And so I'm personally seeing a shift that way. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the same thing. But I attribute it to something else. I think that yes, and maybe we're just saying the same thing, but I think that people aren't posting about the political stuff and the, you know, trying to destroy other people's worlds over and over. Like, I think people are being a little less petty in general, because there's a bigger, badder monster out there right now
Mm-hmm.
than just the person they don't like looking at in the mirror at night. Like, I think that people are potentially, hopefully, realizing that there's a little bit more to life than like trying to make your own little personal world the best fake personal world
Yeah.
anyone's ever seen online. Like, don't get me on my soapbox, but I do see a change, and I hope that it isn't short lived.
Yeah, it sticks around. 'Cause, yeah, I think we're kind of getting back to what social media would should have been to begin
Yeah,
with.
yeah, I'd agree
Because
with that.
yeah, I've been using it to talk to my friends in London and see how they're doing. And yeah, just connecting with people. And then I think families are finding new ways to communicate too, through, like we did. My family had our whole thing. Um, our friend family, did the movie night this weekend, and I actually participated, and that's fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I really hope Netflix is working on something in-app though. That's not an add-on. Like, this one worked fine and it was fun, but I think they're trying that right now. I bet you there's somebody.
I'm sure they are. I got a little nervous during what our friend family being like all of our friend. I don't know if that was clear. so, me, my friend Megan, the amazing person that did our art, haha, who you can find at meganstern.com. I got the
Yay.
official like how to promote her. But yeah, so we were like, we want to watch a spooky movie. Let's hold a, spooky movie Netflix party, and we bugged Matt, and Matt got in there, and then Ian, her husband, and other friends. So yeah, it was like our usual friend family that used to hang out, which was really fun. And then we're gonna do it again this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
So yeah, I think things like that are going to become more prevalent and more, I guess, interesting ways to, yeah, be with people without physically being with people. And I'm curious how that's going to move in the movie market in general. Because
Yeah.
as of right now, I've only heard one movie that was going to be in theaters is getting pushed directly to streaming, but that's got to be something they're considering. Would you pay for like a pay-per-view kind of event that was just like a Marvel movie?
Like a Marvel movie that I've already seen.
No, like a new one that would have been in theaters. Say like they're going to release Black Widow,
Mm-hmm.
but it's I don't know, $25 for a pay-per-view. You can only watch it. They're just going to show it live for everybody this one time.
I mean, I wouldn't, because I don't want to see that movie. That Have you seen the trailer? Like, Oh, I'm your sister. We're gonna fight. No, wait, we like each other. And now we're gonna fight on this tall pole. God. But I mean, I see what you're saying. I think for the right movie, probably.
Because I think that's definitely in somebody's idea, like
Yeah, but I
in their
don't think
brain.
people like movies like we do,
Yeah,
though.
no,
I think like
absolutely,
the general public would be like, nah,
no, yeah,
like not do it. It's only the fanatics that are gonna be like if the new Halloween, you know, came out and the only way I was gonna be able to see it was that way, I'd be like, yep, guess there's my money here. Here, take whatever you want. I'm
yeah,
gonna watch it. I better have a good connection. If it quits on me, you're giving me my money back. But yeah, like I think I think that idea is a great one, but I think that that's for the movie people.
yeah. I don't know, because yeah, I think that's just one industry that's gonna have to figure out a new way to work with life.
Hmm.
Even when this is done, I know our governor specifically said they may put tighter restrictions on just maximum capacity across the board in general. Like this kind of raised concerns on that.
Huh.
Um, so
I'm not
that'll
too
be.
concerned about that. That's interesting. I'd be interested to see what the science is behind that.
I think they're. I
Is
don't
it
know.
political science that's
Yeah.
behind that?
I mean, I can sort of see like maybe they're like, well, if we had these in place, it wouldn't have caught so quickly already. But it's like I don't know if that's the thing.
No, it's a virus. I what? It's a
Look,
virus.
our
It's
governor likes to get on TV every single day, and he has to say something. So I think he's just making
That's true.
stuff up now.
Yeah, maybe he's just running out.
But have you seen any other industries you can think that are going to need to change, either temporarily or you know how the tech would have to shift?
I mean, obviously, music is already trying to figure out how to live through the. I mean, not live through. Music will live through, but just live shows being gone, artists not making any money. Um, it's a scary time to be a musician.
Yeah, but there's some
So
that are doing some good things though.
they are. It comes back to the all of the streaming stuff. I
Yeah,
mean, it's the streaming stuff is what's going to save the world.
yeah.
The internet and streaming.
Well, I know my friend he's a trap artist called Said the Sky. Everyone should check him out because he's actually very fantastic. Has fully embraced TikTok during this. But like the Bare Naked Ladies have embraced YouTube, and they've been doing selfie cam jams, as they've been calling it. So, so yeah, so I think a lot of bands have to embrace that. I know Billy Joe Armstrong's all of a sudden popped up doing a lot of YouTube stuff because I think I just know a lot about him, and he's a recovering addict, and he's got to keep himself busy, and he can't go out and play live, so just keep playing and writing, recording whatever, just kind of getting it out there. But yeah, the smaller musicians that can't afford to just give away their stuff for free, yeah, I don't know how you make that money back that you would have made at a live show.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. But as far as the technology, I mean, I don't think it's going to change. I don't think we're going to reach a world, and maybe this will be like a soundbite in 3029 or something. It's like this chick didn't know what she was talking about. But I don't think there's going to be a world where streaming a live show is going to be equal to a live show.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be equal. That you can stream a live show. People streamed shows before this.
yeah,
I just don't think that that's a reality we will see. I think it's just we're just gonna have to support our artists as much as we can, and then as soon as they're able to do stuff again, buy their shit.
That is the hope. Is like everyone just starts touring like mad as soon as they can,
And that's
and
the
then
hard part, is that everybody can't tour at the same time.
yeah,
So then we're gonna reach a problem where it's gonna be like, so the big bands are stealing all the venues from the little bands, and yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, well, we shall see.
we shall. Although one big shift, I can tell you right now that I thought was really cool tech wise, my firm won a case in the Iowa Supreme Court via YouTube.
Yeah, that is wild. That's so cool.
They made their arguments via YouTube, and I was like, that's kind of a big game changer in a lot of ways because that could just adjust in general how courts work. Because why do we have this big stuffy courtroom that we're paying public funds for when you can just be at home and you can make a persuasive video? Because when you're at the Supreme Court level, it's not interviewing, it's not cross examination. It's you make your case, the defense makes their case, and the judge, makes his decision. So, yeah, why do we have Supreme Court justices sitting up at the top when he's like, just be home?
Yeah, yeah, that would keep that would keep Ruth Bader Ginsburg safer. I think I'm for this. Whatever it takes. Just put a little glass, well, not glass. Let's put a giant plexiglass box lined with invisible Kevlar. Just holds her in marshmallow stasis.
Put her in the Pope mobile.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Because yeah, the courts need to still kind of be going. I got a
Of course,
friend.
yeah, they definitely do.
I got a friend that's finishing up his DUI terms and still needs to test, and but he still has his able to legal hearing to get released early. They got to do something with that. You have to still provide that service,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Wow.
so
I would love to see that change, frankly.
yeah.
I think that obviously there are better ways to do it than just YouTube, but
Oh yeah,
you
just
know,
start.
I something
Yeah.
something in that direction seems like it would be a huge game changer for that
Hmm.
entire industry.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Kind of on that level of just things changing like that too, with everyone. I know Colorado or Denver public schools canceled school the rest of the year. That pushes kind of a internet being a valuable service rather than a nicety kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I have very strong feelings about that. The internet is a utility now,
yeah.
and it should be public. But it's not.
I mean, I was on the other side of that fence as late as like a month ago. But soon as you make public schools, you have to stay home and do it. That shifts everything. Absolutely.
No, I agree. You need it. I mean, but I even before this, not that I've always made this argument, but even before all of this hit, the internet was essential anyway. I mean, it's essential for so many things, especially in Colorado,
It
because
is.
so many of the public processes are online. So it's like you have to be able to be mobile enough and well enough to get to a public library, to be able, you have to be literate enough, like there's just so many steps and hurdles to do things that you need to do to get your ID and do basic living human things,
Yeah.
that requires the internet. And then on a social level, I mean, I just don't see how you can make the argument that you don't need the internet, especially after this, to stay connected to people,
Yeah.
because that's how the world has shifted. And so denying someone access to internet because of their income, or they're just not able to afford it, is almost condemning them to not knowing anything that's happening in the world,
Yeah. Absolutely.
or being able to connect to anyone else other than the people in their house, if they have people in their house. But then that gets into the mental health of the United States, and then we'll be here until next week talking about how you feel about that. But yeah, I agree with you that it is no longer a, you know, fancy, newfangled service you can kind of sign up for if you want. Like, public schools are using it, it's essential. The other thing, though, that goes with that is that I have seen things like Comcast is offering free internet for families with children, blah, 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 for school and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Hmm.
but not everybody has kids.
Yeah. So yeah, where do you draw that line? Yeah, do you say do you have to have kids, or I mean,
That's what they're
really,
saying.
it's got
Yeah,
to
that
come
you
down.
do. You have to have kids that are in school that need the internet to do schoolwork so you can get it. But then it's like, so, but you think it's just the kid that's benefiting from that? I mean, the parents are clearly also using the internet, and
Oh
so
yeah.
is anyone else in that household. So, anyway.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because also just like most job postings as of right now, obviously say you need to have internet at home because we're working remotely. My office has an open position right now, but you're not going to go in the office to work. So,
Nope.
you have to have internet to even work anymore. Within the last month, like it's just shifted to where it is a utility now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some more from that coming through um the Senate.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So, what's keeping you distracted?
Let's keep me distracted. So I dyed my hair. I've been dyeing my hair every Sunday because I can, and I got
Yay!
extra hair dye. So I'm like, all right. um, my band did finally was able to get all together at my place, and we played Twitch Sings because we don't have our jam space. So we got on Twitch, twitch.tv/Leonardo Band. Let's put that plug in there. And yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. It wasn't super popular. I think we maxed out at 9 viewers, but still, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I was one of those viewers. It was cool. I was just like, I had you guys on, and I was like playing games on my phone and listening to you guys crack up, and you almost lost me when you did Lip Biscuit, but I,
You can blame Doug for that one.
I do blame Doug for that one. But it was cool. It was a cool idea. I didn't know that Twitch did that. Yeah, neat.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. We wanted to stick to something music wise. Um, Outside that, my distractions have been playing guitar again. Still learned 2 new songs this week. So, oh no, three
Nice.
actually. Yeah, 3 songs.
Ooh.
I'm just plowing right through
Yeah.
them. So maybe I'll do an acoustic stream at some point, just for kicks.
Yeah,
Um,
that's awesome.
so yeah, that's mostly been my distractions. What have you been distracted with? How are you just
I've been losing myself inside of my television. I think
I
that's
mean, if
really.
it's 24-hour news, I'll worry. But is it all news, or are you
No,
watching?
no,
Okay,
no. I don't have cable, so and I don't have any news apps on my Apple TV. But so like I mentioned, my partner came down this weekend and for a couple days, and so usually that means movie time galore because there's many movies that like we want to see, but we want to wait to see,
mm-hmm.
until we're together. So this time, not so much with that, but just like new titles. So we watched Guns Akimbo, which was awesome.
Nice,
Highly recommend it. Daniel Radcliffe is being amazing. I love it. And what's her face from Ready or Not? Samara Weaving.
yeah,
Yeah, she's in it. It's just so fun. It's like this mix of like Kill Bill, Kick Ass, and something else that's really obvious and it's escaping me. I don't know. I just highly, if
interesting.
you've seen the like pictures online of Daniel Radcliffe like quote unquote filming his next movie or whatever, and they made a bunch of memes about it because he's like in like bear slippers and a
Yeah.
bathrobe.
Okay, I was wondering if that was the movie.
Yep, that's the one. So good. So we rented that, and then the other movie we rented was Swallow, which was really good as well. Very different. It's I would say like body horror, but not like horror. It's more of a thriller, like that way. It's nothing too crazy, but it is very uncomfortable to watch, which I enjoyed. Um, and that one was it was a really I liked it. I thought that it was well done. Um, so yeah, I got to enjoy those. That helped distract me. Obviously, my partner coming to visit, that was a helpful distraction after a tiny itty bitty major panic attack.
Oh no.
So after that, it was like anything is better than that. So those movies were awesome. Lots of watched tons of South Park as usual. So good. I
Yeah.
started rewatching Parks and Rec again because again, so good. And then I just started this series last night on Hulu. I think it's a Hulu original or maybe not. I don't know. The internet will know. But it's definitely on Hulu. And yeah, it's a show called Little Fires Everywhere, and it's Reese Witherspoon's in it and Terry Washington, and it, it it's like it's supposed to be cringy, but I was like, oh, let me just watch this first episode and see how I feel about it. And I was like 3 episodes in and I was like mad, like fuming in my bed, like, this is stupid. I don't like this person. Blah, blah, blah. Like, so it has me really engaged, which is a good sign. So I like that show, and I just started Devs as well, and the first episode was really cool. So I'm probably gonna keep doing that. So my distractions all revolve around
TV.
TV, being sucked in, but it's good because it kind of broke my fall of crazy mental health stuff this week. That, like, I'm definitely feeling better now, and I'm happy that after this, and I'm probably gonna grab some snacks and watch some more TV. So yeah, that's been my distraction.
Yeah, it's good sometimes just to be able to veg out.
Yeah, for sure.
I know last time I was over there, you had to work and I had to just watch TV. Like I had no choice but just sit and watch TV all day. And it's like the first time I've done that in like forever. It's like just sit and watch all day.
Yes, I had planned it that way.
Ha
Haha.
ha
No,
ha.
not at all. It's because I had nothing in my apartment. I still barely have anything in my apartment.
Got any weird stories from the last week that you had want to share?
So, weird pandemic stories. I don't think I have any like super weird stories that involve other people, which I guess is a pandemic story. It's just us dealing with ourselves. But I did have this funny moment last night. So I went to the store yesterday and I got a bunch of like tons of food to last me for the next like 2 to 3 weeks. And of course, wine, and then a bunch of snacks and stuff like that. And then I was like, man, I should really stop drinking because I like had not been drinking very much at all, like for over a year. Um, and then this happened and I was like, "Oh, I've been drinking every night. Oh, strange." So then um I told myself like, "No, I'm not going to drink tonight. I'm just going to, drink some water, get a snack, lay down, go to bed." And then at some point I realized that I'm laying in bed with like I've had 2 slices of bread, not toast, just bread. 2 slices of bread in one hand. I had some Ritz chips next to me, and then I had like I don't even remember. Oh, Vienna fingers, which are one of my favorite cookies. So I had some Vienna fingers, and I was like, okay, I'm not drinking, but I'm eating a lot of. No, 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 I'm not drinking. I'm giving myself credit. I didn't drink last night. I ate some stupid stuff in bed, but I was not drinking. So I was only in a pandemic, I guess. I don't know. I just thought it was funny and I laughed at myself.
Yeah, their individual liquor stores have been showing a huge increase in sales, at least in Colorado, for obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
I almost think like one, there are a couple more topic ideas that I thought of since we last talked, but I think one of them, for maybe down the line, I would love to talk about the impact the pandemic has on people with addictions. and
Yeah.
how you have to navigate it, because it's a wild world,
Oh
and
yeah.
that includes like food, alcohol, anything else, like anything. An addiction is an addiction, and when you're stuck by yourself, you
Yep.
know.
Yeah,
So
no, I actually had that sort of same thought this last Friday to not drink. But I even like went out and got my mixers, was ready to, because it hasn't been every night, but it's been every Friday. I've been getting like blitz drunk. Like I'm done with the week. I'm just going to, I don't have to drive, so I'm just gonna get out, like get at it. But then yeah, this one is like, no, I'm just gonna have some pad thai and watch a movie.
see, yeah, and that's usually how I am. It's been a long time since I've been an everyday drinker, and I had made a rule that I can only drink when I'm with someone else. So, but now that the pandemic happened, I was like, well, I'm breaking that rule, because then I'll just never drink, and I'm scared and I'm sad and I just want a glass of wine,
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
And then as soon as I broke that rule, I was like, well, it's just one more glass. Oh, it's just one more glass. Oh, well, here's a beer. Oh, here's 3 ciders, and here's, like I was drinking mimosas like 3 days in a row because it was one of those cool recorking prosecco bottles, and I was like, oh,
Okay.
it's still fizzy. Like, oh my god, it was. Yeah, I need to not do that, so that's gonna be something I need to pay attention to. But right now I'm a little overwhelmed, and so I'm gonna drink this wine. Sorry if I'm a bad influence to anyone out there. Listen to other people, not me. Okay. But listen to this
That's okay.
podcast.
There you go. All right, so should we move on to our hermit levels of the week?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
On our Leonardo DiCaprio scale of 10 being 10 is Howard Hughes from The Aviator, and 1 is The Wolf of Wall Street. How much of a hermit have you been?
I think I've been a 6, which is still better than last week. And I give myself a 6 because I did do that Netflix party.
Yeah.
I have done like online, I've like seen people online and stuff, and like been doing some of the social media for this, like the Goth and Sloth Instagram. So I feel like I've been like doing things that involve other people. I actually had a telephone conversation with a friend,
All right.
which was cool to like hear their voice. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Funny how that works. And it wasn't a video call, which kind of threw me off.
Right.
It's like, hang on a second. And then yeah, I don't know. Like, and I guess I feel a little bit less like a hermit because my partner was here. So like there was another human being
Yeah.
around, and like I tried a different food because he made it, and like there's just like the actual human interaction that
Yeah.
I have not had. So I know I said I wouldn't count my partner, so I guess maybe a 7, but it feels like I was more of a 6 this week.
Good.
What about you?
I'd say probably a 5. Because yeah, we had our family brunch. I mentioned last week that I was gonna call my friend at work and force her to have a conversation with me, and I did on Friday. We talked for a few hours, so that was good. I had the band over and we chit chatted, before and after the stream about, what everyone's thinking and just life in general, and also just normal guy bullshit. So that was fun.
That locker room talk, y'all.
Nah.
Normal guy bullshit. I don't know what that is. I don't know what normal guy bullshit is.
Boobs.
Oh, that normal guy bullshit.
Not always, but yeah. What else did I do that would be considered sociable? I don't know if it counts, but it was fun anyways. Is on Friday, and I'm going to do it again this week because it was fun. Is I put up a vote on my Twitter on what I should have for dinner.
Yeah, I saw that, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, Thai food. Because I haven't had Thai in forever, so I had to live vicariously through you.
It took a little bit because my normal, it was just even Thai basil, like the chain of restaurants wasn't. They either weren't on Grubhub or they're closed. I don't know what's going on, but I could not find Thai
Aw,
basil.
I love
Um,
Thai basil. Oof, so
Finally
good.
found a place, but it took forever to get food.
I know you kept texting me. I was like, oh no, Matt's gonna die before the food gets there.
But so yeah, that was kind of fun. I guess that's sort of social interacting of some sort, but
Yeah. So okay, so I'm on slowly on a trend of like 876 and you went 465 so far.
yeah,
So you're kind of evening out in the middle
yeah,
of the range. So we'll see where the next week takes us.
for sure.
Yeah.
So this has been the Goth and the Sloth.
Yay.
You can follow us on all your favorite social medias at Goth and Sloth. Instagram, Facebook, not Facebook yet. Instagram, Twitter. This is on. Well,
Maybe
if you found
YouTube
this,
by
yeah,
now.
yeah, YouTube. Although I don't know if it'll be slash uh, Goth and Sloth.
Goth and Sloth yet. Okay. We'll figure
Because
it out.
well, we need 100 subscribers before we get a special slash. So subscribe to our
Oh.
YouTube channel, and then we can have that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't understand
Um,
how YouTube works, so talk to Matt. You can see me in the Instagram world. And
uh,
then you can also find me at Luna_Minuit, so Luna_MINUIT at pretty much everywhere. Like, I'm pretty sure that's my thing everywhere.
all right.
Instagram, Twitter. I don't know how to Twitter, but I will try. And Goth and Sloth, I'm generally the one manning the Instagram account, so
Yeah.
I'll just pretend like I'm Matt and say things.
So you can contact me directly on Twitter at wizard_Matt. But on the Instagram, I'm Wizard Cosplay, where I do show all my cosplay stuff, although I've been not very active on that because I don't know how to Instagram. You don't know how to Twitter. I don't know how to Instagram. So that's how that
this
works.
works.
And you can also check out my YouTube channel, Matt the Pharaoh Wizard, all over the YouTubes. And you can see our graphic designer at.
MeganStern.com.
There you go.
STERN.
We'll plug her again.
Yeah. She's awesome.
So yeah, next week we'll continue this and see where we go.
Yep, we'll just keep going until we're allowed to go outside again.
All right.
All right, y'all, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.